Good evening. My name is Adam Silver, and I am the President and CEO of the Jewish Federation of Ottawa and the Ottawa Jewish Community Foundation. Thank you for joining us today for this deeply solemn and significant moment of remembrance. We begin by acknowledging that Ottawa, the land on which we gather, whether in our homes or at our places of work, is the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. We know that acknowledging the land will not remove or atone for our atrocities that have taken place. Yet it is our intention to honor the first peoples of this land as we move with humility in the direction of reconciliation, healing, and justice. I'd like to extend a very special thank you to our guests and to the Jackie Rivers Vital and the family of Adi Vital, Zichrona Livracha, of blessed memory, for being here with us tonight. Your presence strengthens us as we commemorate this painful anniversary together. Before we begin, I kindly ask everyone to turn off your cell phones to maintain the solemnity of this ceremony. In the same spirit, I also request there be no applause during this event as we honor the gravity of this occasion with quiet reflection. This past Friday, the 22nd of Tishrei, Simchat Torah, marked 1 year in the Hebrew calendar since the horrific terror attack of October 7th, 2023, a day that forever changed the lives of so many. To mark this day, Israel has set today as a national day of mourning. In response, we gather here to mourn the precious lives taken from us and to ensure that their memories endure. The monument, which now stands outside the Soloway JCC at the heart of the Ottawa Jewish community, will be a permanent symbol of remembrance, a place where we can come to reflect, grieve, and find strength. The granite used in the monument was chosen for its resilience, much like the Jewish people. For centuries, we have faced adversity, but like granite, we have remained strong, unwavering, and resolute. This monument will stand as a testament to our enduring strength, a physical reminder that we will never forget the lives lost or the pain endured. After Israeli Deputy Chief of Mission Nira Starets shares remarks, and after we hear Jackie speak, we will move together outside to the monument where we will recite prayers and stand in silence together. As we leave the hall, please take a stone with you. In the Jewish tradition, leaving a stone at a memorial is a sign of remembrance and respect. It represents a lasting presence, a symbol that we are here, we were here, and that the memory of the deceased lives on. I now welcome Deputy Chief of Mission Nira Starets to say a few words.
Shalom, and thank you for inviting me to speak here today. We welcome the decision of the Jewish Federation of Ottawa to adopt the idea of the Israeli Embassy in Canada to establish a monument in memory of those who were murdered on the 7th of October. I really wish we didn't have to be together here today. I wish October 7th never happened and that we wouldn't have to gather here to remember Adi Vital Kaplun and all the victims of October 7th. But here we are. Today, Israel held two commemoration ceremonies for the civilians and the defense forces who were murdered or killed on October 7th or since then. Today we also mark 386 days since the terrible attacks on October 7th. We are still waiting and praying for the 101 hostages to be returned home from captivity. They are in our minds and prayers every day. I want to specifically thank Jackie Vital and her family for being here with us today to commemorate the life of Adi. Adi was a beautiful woman. She was the definition of caring and brave. On October 7th, Adi was murdered by Hamas terrorists while protecting her family. Adi, to the very last moment of her life, always prioritized her family and simply wanted them to live in peace. When Hamas terrorists entered the kibbutz, Adi instincts kicked in and she did her utmost to protect her family from any harm. Adi's young and beautiful life was stolen on October 7th, but her two magnificent boys, Negev and Eshel, miraculously lived despite being taken by Hamas. Negev and Eshel were released on their way to Gaza and found their way back to the kibbutz with their neighbor Avital. Adi exemplified for everyone the values of family and community. While Adi is no longer with us, we must continue to remember her and follow her example. Adi reminds us all to love each other and hold each other tight. On October 7th, Adi was among 6 other Canadians murdered. One of the Canadians who was murdered was Ben Mizrahi from Vancouver. Ben was murdered while attending the Nova Music Festival. Ben was so young and had so much life left before it was all stolen on October 7th. Ben had a kind of smile that lights up the room. He was a kind of gentle young man who brought a smile to all those around him. We remember Adi Vital Kaplun, Ben Mizrahi, Vivian Silver, Judy Weinstein Hagai, Alexander Luke, Neta Epstein, and Shir Gregory today and every day. Let their memory be a blessing. Let us live our lives in the memory of the 1,200 beautiful souls taken on October 7th. October 7th was the worst day in the Jewish history since the Holocaust, but we keep living. We keep living and fighting because we have to. We are strong together despite the challenges times. Just today, there was another terror attack in the center of Israel. 1 man was killed and 35 people were injured. Just this weekend, we lost more soldiers in Lebanon and Gaza. But we have no choice. Together, united as a community of the Jewish people, we will prevail. We will prevail and we will win this war. We will dance again. We have no other choice. We have no other Jewish country. Am Yisrael Chai.
Thank you, Nira, for your thoughtful remarks, for bringing greetings from the state of Israel, and for being here with us on this painful day. Before I call Jackie up to speak, I want to take a moment to speak to her personally, as well as to Yaron and family. We're here today to honor all those whom we lost on October 7th, but especially to remember Adi, who loved Ottawa, her Ottawa family, and her summers spent here. Adi's death has touched so many lives. The roots you and your family have in Ottawa are deep, and I know this loss is felt by everyone who knew and loved her. As we stand together today, over a year later, we are with you in your grief and in your pain. But more than that, we are here to remember and honor Adi's life. Her memory, her presence, and her spirit will always be with us. Jackie, I had the opportunity to spend some time in February in Israel with you, along with a small group of leaders from across Canada. You bravely shared your family's experience on October 7th and the days and months that followed. What struck me was that even in your immense pain, you focused on some of the good, on Adi's legacy, on supporting others, and on a hopeful future for Israel, Israelis, and global Jewry. We hope this monument will serve as a lasting tribute, not just to the tragedy of Adi's murder, but to the strength she showed and the love that she brought to all those around her. Jackie, you and your family are part of the heart of this community, and we are here for you now and always. May Adi's memory be a blessing, and may her spirit continue to inspire us as we stand united in love and remembrance. I now welcome Jackie Rivers Vital to share with us.
We'll see. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Shalom. To those who knew me when, and to those who never met me. I am Jackie Rivers Vital. I was born here in Ottawa, a graduate of Hillel Academy, OJCS today. Spent many summers both at the JCC Day Camp and CVB of Ottawa, as did Adi. I made Aliyah in 1976. I am married to Yaron Vital and live in Jerusalem. We are blessed with 4 children and 8 grandchildren. Life was beautiful and good, and then on October 7th, 2023, our world was turned upside down. Our daughter, Adi Vital Kaplun, was murdered by Hamas terrorists in front of her 2 small sons in her safe room on Kibbutz Cholit. We are gathered here to dedicate the stone and plaque in memory of all those who have been killed in this war, swords of iron. And if I can't be in Israel, then what better place than my hometown, surrounded by my amazing family and many friends. Why today on October 27th? It's not because I happen to be in town. It's the actual date declared by the government of Israel. October 7th, 2023 was Simchat Torah in Israel, equivalent to the Hebrew date of the 22nd of Tishrei. Simchat Torah in the diaspora is a day later. The Israeli government decided that the official date to remember would be the 24th of Tishrei, but that fell on Shabbat this year, so here we are 1 day later. I know from my grandchildren and former teachers of Adi that many schools in Israel had ceremonies today to mark this very sad day in our pages of Jewish history. I'm here to tell you about Adi and to let you get to know her a bit. Mothers shouldn't have to praise their children in front of so many, but it is imperative that Adi's memory be kept alive, that she was a person and not just one of 1,200. Adi was a unique human being, extremely talented and well-rounded. She excelled in many fields in her quiet and modest way. She was stubborn at times, but always very focused, and always knew in which direction she was heading. She was inquisitive, even back in the days before Google. If she wanted information about anything that interested her, she made a point of searching many sources till she got the answer. She became a public speaker during the Second Intifada, when shots were being fired on our neighborhood of Gilo in Jerusalem. Busloads of support missions would stop at her school to hear her speak about the life of a 12-year-old girl in those trying times. She was chosen to represent her class on an exchange bar mitzvah program in Belgium. She was sent by the Jewish Agency to a summer camp in upstate New York to interact with American kids when she was 14. She was a super athlete. She danced in a performing Israeli folk dance troupe through grade 8 and then turned to her great love, basketball. She ran track in high school and won the Athlete of the Year award upon graduation. She played saxophone for many years until she started the Army. She was involved in many volunteer projects, such as cooking and delivering food to needy people, and helping in a senior's home where she met her one and only Anani. She attended 2 pre-Army academies and shone as a leader. She always had a kind word for everyone and was known as being an even better listener. In the IDF, she was in intelligence for 4 years, and then in civilian life worked in the field of cybersecurity. She graduated with honors both as an undergrad and in her master's program at Ben-Gurion University as a chemical engineer. She was a devoted wife to Anani and a fantastic mother to her sons, Negev and Eshel. She was also a key figure in the life of Kibbutz Cholit. Their home was always a hub of friends and activity. She accomplished so much in her 33 years, a life cut short. She had so much to give and to live for. That's why we all have to cherish her memory and keep her alive. We must remember all of those 1,200.
Jackie, our deepest gratitude to you for sharing Adi's story with us this evening. Your words have brought to life the beauty, strength, and love that defined Adi, and your presence here today honors her memory in the most meaningful way. I appreciate how difficult it must be to speak about such a profound loss, but please know that your courage and the love you shared for Adi has touched everyone in this room. May you and your family find comfort, and may the memory of Adi be a blessing always. I'd now like to ask the members of the Rivers, Vital, and Smith families to stand and to proceed to the monument, and also ask that those with brachot or speaking roles at the monument go with Michael Resnick. At this point, we kindly invite everyone to make their way outside to the front of the Soloway JCC. As you exit, please pick up a stone and a copy of the prayers that we recited. We will gather at the monument in approximately 5 minutes, so feel free to head directly, but there's no need to rush. Thank you.